What are you doing here?
Why, nothing. Nothing at all, sir. I was merely looking for a place that offered food and hospitality.
Well, you ain't gonna find either one of them here. So get moving.
Yes, sir, I think I will.
Will it be, mister?
Are any of these free without purchasing a drink?
Nope.
Ah. Yeah, what about the one that stands up by itself?
The what?
Well, you have an egg in here that'll stand up by itself. Didn't you know that?
Oh, sure. You mean this one?
No. No, I mean this one. And without breaking the shell.
Says who?
Well, says $1 of mine against $1 of yours. I mean, just for fun, you know.
Mister, you got yourself a bet. All right. Mind if I just blow on it for luck? On the bar, mister. On the bar. That's the bet.
On the bar? Well, that makes it a little harder, of course, but you insist. And look. Look at that. Not a crack on it.
Like I said, what'll it be?
Beer.
That's quite a trick.
Oh, well, it doesn't work every time. Just a sporting proposition. You a betting man, sir?
Well, not on that. I saw how you did it.
Aha. Well, have you seen this one? Bartender, you have a pencil? You see these 3 loops? The idea is to put a pencil through the loop. It will stay in when I unroll the belt. And you hold the pencil.
You mean like that?
Mm-hmm. By George, you really do have an eye. Yeah, well, at 2-to-1 odds, you would have doubled your money.
Yeah, if we'd have been betting.
Yeah, it's a good thing for me that we weren't. I can't fight those odds.
Well, wait a minute. Why don't we try that again?
Well, all right, but just for fun, say $1.
$1 for me. 2 for you.
Right.
Well, why don't we just try that again?
All right, but still just for fun. 2 of my dollars against 1 of yours. Evening.
Evening.
Care to join me?
That was my intention. $1 of yours against 2 of mine. You can use your spoon handle.
I take it you figured it out.
I have. Pick a loop.
I think not. I never play in a rigged game unless I rig it myself.
I think you're gonna play in this one. Otherwise, I'm gonna become very angry. And I think you know what that means.
You'd kill a man for $4.
I've known some that kill a man for 4 cents if he wasn't pure in heart.
I think my life is worth more than $4. Let's make it $14. At least then I can die happy.
Come again?
What would you say if I told you I could put the end of this toothpick on the edge of the glass and hang 2 forks from the other end, and the forks would never touch the glass or the table, and I won't support it with my hands?
I'd say you was being stupid enough to try and set me up with another sucker bet.
No, I'm just betting I can do it. And if I lose, I'll pay you $10 plus the other 4.
You're saying you're gonna take those 2 forks, put them on the end of this toothpick, put the other end on the rim of that glass, and they're just gonna hang there in midair?
$14 to 10, 7 to 5. Good odds.
You got yourself a bet. But if you don't do it exactly like you said, you ain't gonna live long enough to finish that nice steak. How do you like those odds?
I don't.
Didn't you say that the end of the toothpick is on the edge of the glass?
I did say that, didn't I? Yes. Got a match? Thank you.
But I don't believe it.
Just don't ask me to explain it.
I ain't never seen nothing like that in my whole life. You know something? Seeing that's worth $14. You are the coolest cucumber I ever did see. George Dunning, Idaho.
Sam Lowell, Massachusetts.
Let's see him, fella. Satisfied? Pass my money, would you?
There's your 20. And all the money I have left, $70.
Check and raise now.
Is there a rule against it?
Oh, no.
What do you know?
No, ain't no rule against that.
Call. 2 aces.
Too bad. 3 little ladies. I'll put them down just like you did, fella.
Come on, you're delaying the game. See what's the...
Excuse me. Hoyle, page 74. One player may not touch the cards of another player. Now, why don't you spread them yourself?
What do you think you're doing?
I'm just asking to see your 3 queens without the help of your friend here.
You call me a cheat?
No, but the idea has crossed my mind. Why don't you spread your cards and we'll see.
Why don't you just say that clear and understandable so these witnesses won't be mistaken your meaning? You already said it clear and understandable. I heard it clear over here. Now, why don't you put that gun down and spread your hand like the man said? Otherwise, I might have to spread your brains, assuming you got any. That's the way it is, huh? I don't play when I'm outnumbered.
That goes for me, too.
I don't understand. Count the cards. I think you'll find there are only 4. The 3rd queen being with his partner. He was going to palm it into the hand. It's called the spread.
Let's get those guys.
George, half of this is yours with my gratitude.
No need for that. He was a tin horn. I just naturally don't like tin horns.
My friend, I insist. Now, I think we should find a couple of young ladies and have ourselves a charivari.
I think that's pronounced, chivalry.
We're gonna have one anyway. First, I suggest a late supper at the Cheyenne Club. I understand they have oysters on the half shell.
Wouldn't matter if they have oysters on the whole damn shell. Cheyenne Club's private.
Of course it's private. That's why we're going there. Serait-il plus possible de vous parler en français?
Certainement, monsieur. Mais comme je disais,
Il m'a donné une lettre d'introduction que j'ai malheureusement agréée.
je suis désolé, monsieur, mais dans ce cas,
Il vous a sûrement parlé de moi, Monsieur Lowell.
pas que je me souvienne.
Il aurait dû s'en occuper tout de suite après la dernière réunion à Harvard.
Malheureusement, j'ai bien peur que...
Naturellement, si Monsieur Caldwell ne tient pas ça trop.
Oh, but he is... I am sure there must have been an oversight. Mr. Lowell, it's a pleasure to extend the courtesies of the club to you. And to your friend.
Vous êtes bien gentil.
My pleasure, sir.
Gentlemen, I believe you all know Frank Canton, our chief of detectives.
Gentlemen, the Texans are all on board, ready to go.
Good. What about the ammunition?
Well, it's on board, along with the supplies that the Army promised us.
And the horses?
They're coming in from Colorado tomorrow night. But we'll put them on board the last thing so it won't be a complete giveaway.
I like that. 1, 2, 3. Governor, did you get out the telegram to the state militia units not to go into action without a direct order from you?
Major, you can assume that everything's been done, as privately discussed.
Gentlemen, I think we're ready.
Gentlemen, to the success of our honorable mission.
Here, here. Here.
Boston. How far is Boston from New York?
No, George, what you mean is, how far is New York from Boston?
Sam? I think I know now what a Boston Brahmin is.
Cheers. Here's to Harvard.
Did you know that my mother was a sheriff?
Good morning.
Hair of the dog.
You don't suppose they have room service in this flea bag, do you?
What's the difference? We spent all our money.
You mean this is...
Breakfast.
In Boston, we ban things like this.
I've been meaning to ask you, what are you doing in Wyoming anyway?
It's a long story. Had to do with honor.
You mean a woman?
I mean my Uncle Charlie and a woman. Upstairs maid, to be exact. He rendered her with child.
So?
So, knowing my Aunt Abigail wouldn't understand, and since they had 7 legitimate children, all snobs, and since I was Uncle Charlie's favorite nephew, he asked me to take the blame. So naturally I did. And then suddenly, my father turned into Cotton Mather. Insisted I leave Boston for a suitable period of time. I think he said 15 years.
15 years? How much longer you gotta go?
15 years.
Huh?
What about you, George? What are you doing here?
If you'd asked me that yesterday, I wouldn't have told you. But now I want to tell you, because I need somebody I can trust. Somebody who knows why I'm here and what I'm doing, in case something happens to me.
What are you talking about?
Well, I've got to have your word. This won't go beyond you and me.
You've got it.
All right. You know that funny-looking train you was telling me about yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Well, I know what's in it. 21 hired guns from Texas. You know what that train's for? An invasion. A military invasion.
Of what? Canada?
Johnson County, upstate. They want to get rid of the small ranches, and that's where most of them are. The county seat's Buffalo. Stock growers are going to kill what they call rustlers. Now, that's every homesteader and small rancher up there that's on their death list, including the mayor of Buffalo, the sheriff and his deputies, and all the county commissioners. They're carrying enough ammunition and dynamite to kill everybody in the state of Wyoming.
You expect me to believe that?
Might as well. It's all true.
You're trying to tell me that a private army is roaming the countryside in this day and age in a state of the United States? I don't believe that. Where'd you get your information?
Well, I'm one of the gunfighters they hired.
But you told me you were from Idaho.
I did.
And now you're telling me you're the only man they hired that's not from Texas?
They sent recruiters out to Texas and Idaho, but the people in Idaho know what's going on down here. The Texans don't. And they're paying them $5 a day, plus a $50 bonus for every man killed. No matter who kills them.
Who was the genius that recruited you?
I was a deputy sheriff up there. If they did any checking on me, they would have killed me instead of hiring me. I joined up to stop them if I can, witness what they're gonna do, and see if they hung for it.
George. When is this supposed to happen?
Train's leaving tonight at midnight for Casper. And there we go north on horses. They already cut the telegraph to Buffalo.
Do you know what a fantastic story like this would be worth to an Eastern newspaper?
Now, wait a minute.
Well, George, $300, maybe even $400. Now, my cousin, Jonathan Quincy, he edits the Boston Herald. I'm going to send him a telegram.
No.
Why not?
Now, Sam, this is a secret operation. Now, I told you this in confidence.
But you want the story to get out,
There
don't
ain't
you?
no story yet. And you couldn't get word out about it even if I would have let you.
Well, I'm just going to make a deal for the story, that's all.
All right, Sam. All right, you listen to me. Now, if anybody even breathes one word about this, just one word, they're a dead man.
Anybody?
Anybody.
Hello. I'd like to send a telegram to Father Jonathan Quincy, care of the Boston Herald, Boston, Massachusetts. I've written it out.
What's this? This, what is it?
Oh, that's Latin. You see, I made 2 promises to dear old Father Jonathan, to always keep him informed of my adventures in the West, and to always communicate in Latin, to keep one proficient in the language. Catholic, you know. Just send each word as written. He'll understand.
I'm sitting on something about to break in Wyoming that will be absolutely biggest story since Civil War. How much willing to pay for guaranteed exclusive? Please reply in Latin, post haste.
Has anybody seen my hat? Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you for your courtesy. Good night.
You ain't going nowhere.
What is this coded message, Mr. Lowell?
Coded message? I don't understand. That's plain everyday Latin.
All right, it's Latin. Why?
My cousin's a priest. We always communicate that way.
And we always get mad at smart aleck answers.
Care to change your story?
Yes. I think I would. Oh. I work for that paper, the Boston Herald. And the telegram says that the rumor we've heard appears to be accurate.
What rumor? Where?
In Boston financial circles. They say something big is afoot in Wyoming. They say that the stock growers are finally going to do something about the lawlessness and the thievery being committed by the rustlers up in Johnson County. My paper was hoping that you would ask me to join you so that your side of the story will reach the public.
I'll be jiggered if that doesn't make sense to me. The Boston Herald has always been friendly to our interests.
How do we know he's with the Boston Herald?
How do we know he's not a spy? I don't believe you really told us what's in that telegram.
But he's a friend of Cardwell's.
How do we know that? Cardwell's in Europe.
Gentlemen, for some time, I've been thinking of inviting someone of the press along to report on what we do. After all, we're not a lynch mob. I see no reason why we shouldn't consider Mr. Lowell, if he's really accredited. We just send a telegram to the editor of the Boston Herald and find out. Of course, if you're lying, Mr. Lowell, that will be just too bad for you.
Well, no, they'll verify that I work for them, but that'll take a little time, of course, and I was on my way to a bit of dinner, so if you'll excuse me.
It will have to wait, and so will you. How well are you acquainted with our cause?
Well, as that gentleman pointed out, our paper is very sympathetic to your problem.
The courts, Mr. Lowell, are refusing to prosecute thieves in Johnson County. And when law and order break down, good men have to step in and set things right. It's that simple.
Absolutely.
The economy of this whole state rests on the big ranches. The small ranches are all based on rustling. And when we catch them at it, their juries acquit them. We've got to stop them or this state will be bankrupt. It's that simple.
I'm sure you'll stop them, sir. And I'll be there to tell the world when, what, where, and why, as we journalists put it.
Mr. Lowell, I'm Major Walker. I hope I'll be able to welcome you aboard. But if I can't, you understand that we will have to take whatever steps seem necessary. It's that simple.
Absolutely.
You're saying that they're going to take a reporter along with them to watch them commit the act. That's what you're saying.
That's right.
Well, that's crazy. That's impossible.
Of course it is. George, they don't consider themselves a lynch mob. I mean, I really don't believe any of this. It has to be some sort of elaborate charade. But whatever it is, it's a $300 story.
$300. Well, that's crazy. They must be out of their mind.
George, you are talking about the Krebs. You are talking about the leaders of the great state of Wyoming. So lower your voice.
for you, Mr. Lowell. All saddled up and everything. I figured maybe you could use the help being from the east and all.
Well, that was very thoughtful. Ho, ho, ho.
He's a little nervous now, but he'll settle down.
Yes. I bet he will. Ho, ho.
Like that. Not from Uncle Charles.
Oh, yes, from Uncle Charles. As a matter of fact, he is a very fine polo player.
Polo?
It's a game. George, all he really needed was a little love. Now that I've got him gentled down, would you like to make a trade?
Sam, you're something real special. I got me a nice, easy-riding horse here. That one's got a razor for a back. He's double-gated, plus he's mean. And you're offering me an even trade.
Mean? Don't be ridiculous. Ho, 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 ho.
More chicken here.
Bring some more wine, too.
Well, done.
You know, George, I'll be making $300 when this whole thing is over. What would you say if I put up 150 of those dollars and my horse against your horse?
What do you mean, put up?
I borrowed these from the Cheyenne Club. What do you think the odds would be that I give you this deck of cards and you shuffle them, mix them up any way you want to, and then you deal out 25 cards. And with those same 25 cards, I lay down 5 pat hands. Now, what do you think the odds against that could be?
I'd say 1,000,000 to 1.
150 in my horse against your horse says I can do it. First try.
Sam, I'm warning you.
Here, you mix them up, you shuffle them any way you want.
You're saying that I'm gonna deal you 25 cards, and you're gonna make 5 pat hands out of them. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. You got a bet. did you do that?
Oh, it's easy. You could do it 9 out of 10 times.
Nine out of 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Sam?
Yeah.
You believe in omens?
What kind of omens?
An omen from a friend.
Like what?
Like if you ever suggest betting with me again, I'm gonna kill you.
All right, men, mount up! Mount up! Column of twos, look lively!
George, you just tell him you love him, all right? Tell him you love him.
Well, I might grow to like you in time, but I ain't gonna love you. That's for sure. Come on.
Somebody else sometime.
Yeah, with my luck, I get the one-time intent it don't work.
Both lost the wheel during the night. Ye gods. Where's Major Walcott?
I think he got lost.
Ye gods.
I'm beginning to think this enterprise don't need sabotaging. They're doing bad enough without our help.
Well, I'm beginning to think that they really do intend to kill somebody. No, I don't really believe that. It can't be. It can't be, George.
Just keep your eyes open, Sam. Keep your eyes open.
What happened to you, Major?
Pitch black night and a stupid horse. That's what happened. We'll rest here and push on tomorrow.
Major Walcott, Nate Champion, Nick Ray, and a bunch of about 15 rustlers is all holed up at KC Ranch.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. It's about 14 or 50. If we leave right now, we can get the whole bunch of them.
Wait a minute. We can't get sidetracked now. The plan is to go direct to Buffalo. We've already lost half a day.
Frank, we're here to exterminate rustlers wherever we find them. And Nate Champion and Nick Ray are at the top of our list.
Do you know how long that would take? To kill 15 of them holed up? Maybe a day, maybe more. By that time, Buffalo'd get wind of us and be ready to fight.
Frank's right. A detour is out of the question.
What for a prize like Nate Champion? He's the worst of them all. If we get him and Nick Ray, we'll break their backs.
Exactly. Everything else will fall into place then.
I'm telling you, we can't afford any long detours.
Nonsense. There's plenty of time to get to Buffalo. After all, 80% of the people of Johnson County will welcome us. They'll join us.
Wolcott, you're making a hell of a mistake.
Major Wolcott, if you please. I was elected to lead this expedition, and by heaven, that's what I intend to do. If the others so decide, I'll be happy to resign in your favor. Let's see a show of hands. All those in favor of going after Nate Champion and his bunch. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Mike, I want you to take a scouting party to the KC and make sure those rustlers are still there. If you're not back by midnight, we'll assume that they are, and we'll follow. You can take the one they call the Texas Kid and Lothar and Garrett. They're good men.
Yes, sir.
Now, gentlemen, this is my plan. If they're still there, we should reach the KC by dawn. We'll leave our horses at the bottom of the hill and deploy quietly to the surrounding buildings.
Look who's here. It's one of the officer corps.
Just wanted to see how you're getting along.
Poorly, that's how. We've been asking to see them warrants, but nobody's come up with none. We thought all this was going to be strictly legal.
That's right. I'm beginning to wonder whether this ain't just one of them vigilante outfits. Boys, don't ask me. If you've got a complaint, see the major. I think we reached the point where it's time to get off this expedition. I'm now a true believer. They really intend to kill people.
What you got in mind?
Well, I think we have to warn the people of the KC, don't you?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Sam. Dangle us right out of here.
Oh, but they will. You see, we're going to talk two of the Texans into changing places with us. Then we'll warn the people of the KC, then ride north to Montana.
It won't work, Sam. Wolcott doesn't give orders. He carves out commandments in stone. When he says Texans, he means Texas. Now, we try to ride out of here, he's just going to have a shot.
He won't know we switched places with him until it's too late to do anything about it. Trust me.
I don't know what he's up to, but I don't trust him any more now than I did in Cheyenne.
And you want to take our place?
That's right.
How come?
Tell him, George.
Well, I know those boys, and I want to nail them. They're a couple of thieving rustlers, and I want to be in on the kill in case they try to get away before the column gets there.
And being a newspaper man, I don't want to miss a thing. You were complaining about no warrants. Well, we don't care if they have warrants or not.
Well, mister, you're welcome to the job, and much obliged.
It's our pleasure.
Get off your horse, Mr. Lowell. You too, Dunning.
Come on, hurry it up.
Chauncey, get the men I assigned to you and get going. Now, suppose you two tell me what you were up to.
Up to? Nothing, Major. It's my job to find out what's going on whenever, wherever I can. Naturally, when I heard the reconnaissance party was going out, I wanted to go along.
Without asking my permission?
Certainly. I was afraid you might not give it.
Well, you're honest anyway. Why didn't you just go along instead of changing places with them?
Major, you have a reason for every decision that you make. I assumed you only wanted 4 men to go. More than that might have alerted them.
And what's your excuse for violating my orders?
Sir, Dunning is blameless. I told him that you asked me to take him along. You see, Major, I know that the Texans are getting uneasy. They're beginning to complain about not having seen any warrants, questioning our legal status. Now, Dunning here, well, he and I met in Cheyenne, became friends. I know I can trust him. And also, Major, I thought you'd be pleased that a trained observer was going to bring you back a competent report. Why else would I be going? Certainly don't think I was going to warn them.
That occurred to me, Mr. Lowell.
Sir, that is an insult. I demand that you put that right. Otherwise, I shall be forced to leave this expedition.
No insult intended, Mr. Lowell. But in the future, you're not to countermand my orders, no matter how good you think the reason is. That is not the way to run an army. Is that understood?
Absolutely.
Give him back his gun. That's all.
You didn't really believe that spiel, did you, Major?
The Texans have been grousing, asking to see our warrants. You know that. No. Lowell is a Boston Brahmin. That's a member of one of Boston's leading families. A gentleman. But maybe you'd better appoint 2 of the men to keep an eye on them just in case.
Well, where the devil are they?
Maybe they're still sleeping. Why don't we just storm the house?
I suppose they're not sleeping, you idiot. The men are to shoot them down as soon as they step outdoors. Pass the word.
What are you doing?
I thought I saw something up there.
Yeah, well, if they were looking out the window, they could see you.
You know, Major, that wagon and buckboard may belong to somebody we don't want to harm. We'll have to be careful.
You're right. Pass the word to the men not to shoot until I give the order. Who is that? Anybody recognize him?
Ain't nobody I ever seen before.
All right, we don't want him. Everybody hold your fire.
Don't make a sound and get down here. Who are you?
Jones. Ben Jones.
What were you doing in there?
Me and my partner just stopped trailer for the night is all. We're trappers. We just been trapping is all.
Who else is in there?
There's my partner and a fellow by the name of Nate Champion and his partner, Nick Ray.
How many others?
That's all.
That's all? Just 2 men?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, Ben. Hold your fire. Hey, Ben.
Get him down here.
Over here, Walker.
One word out of you and you're a dead man. Get down and get over here. Who are you?
Bill Walker.
He's my partner. Let's sit.
How many men are in there?
Two, just two.
Those men in that cabin are rustlers, and we have warrants for their arrest. Now, you two get out of here. And if you know what's good for you, keep your mouth shut. Now get.
Come on, man. Move in. Are you just gonna let them go like that?
Don't worry about it.
You mind if I do worry about it? Once they stop running, they could start talking their heads off.
They're too scared to do anything. Didn't you hear what I said to them?
You didn't say it strong enough. Now, if they start talking to some other newspaper man, even by accident, then I'm wasting my time here. Now, do you mind if I go and try and put the fear of God into them a little bit stronger, just to be sure?
Go ahead.
Just stay there! Just stay there! Now, don't talk. Just listen.
Do you know what a Pinkerton man is?
Sure.
A detective.
Good. I can see I picked the right men for the job. I'm Pinkerton agent John Howard Vermeil. You've no doubt heard of me.
Vermeil?
That's me. Now, that man back there lied to you. He doesn't have any warrants, and after he murders those men in that shack, he's gonna move on to Buffalo and wipe out the whole town. Now, you must get this information to the sheriff in Buffalo. If you do, there's a reward. $500.
$500?
You mean a piece?
Yeah, a piece. Yes, of course, a piece. But only if you get there by nightfall. And as you know, a Pinkerton reward is gilt edge guaranteed. I'd go myself, but I have to stay and watch every move they make. So you get that message to the sheriff. Then go to the Pinkerton office and claim your reward. And remember the name, Howard John Vermeil.
Let's go. Hey!
I thought you said it was John Howard Vermeil.
Ah, that's the code name.
Which one?
Either one. It doesn't matter. They'll understand. Now get going.
Well, let's go, man. Come on.
Get down.
The invasion of Johnson County will return in a moment.
That's Nick Ray.
All right, let's see how good you are, son.
Hey, get down.
Oh. Oh. What'd you hit me for?
I thought you was trying to let them fellas see you.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I'm gonna report you to Major Walcott.
They was the ones told me to keep an eye on
But
you.
did you say he hit me too? I'm supposed to be an observer here.
Look, mister, I'll forget all about it if you will.
It's a deal. My God. What happened?
You were out for quite a while. That fellow put up some fight. Finally, they tried to burn him out, and he made a run for it. I gotta say, he was one brave man. Fact is, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here.
Here, give this to our newspaper man.
I can't believe this. Champion was writing this with one hand and keeping all of us pinned down with the other. Major said to give this to you. I am not proud of this day's work. I want you to know that, Mr. Lowell.
Can you imagine that, George? Keeping a diary? 50 men are trying to kill him. And he's keeping a record of it? Shooting again. I think they will fire the house this time. It's not night yet. The house is all fired. Goodbye, boys, if I never see you again. Nathan D. Champion.
Well, Mr. Lowell, how's that for a story? Nate Champion, the king of the cattle thieves, is dead. Nick Ray, too. Now make sure you get that right.
Massing for miles around. Get some cover if you value your lives and get ready to fight 250 men.
All right, men, we'll fall back to the TA.
Major, that'd be certain defeat. We got to fight our way now through to Buffalo. That's our only chance.
But that's insane if they're waiting for us.
We can go around them.
Will's right. The prudent thing to do is withdraw and fortify. Our wagons haven't caught up yet. Get in touch with our friends in Buffalo and tell them they've got to get ammunition and food supplies out to us.
Best chance of that's through the Army, but Major Fichet at Fort McKinney, he ain't in sympathy with us.
Major Fichet? Edmund Fichet?
Yeah, why?
He's from Boston. I know him. Major, I think I should move on to Buffalo and file my story. I think the public should really know the fine work that you and your men are doing.
As a matter of fact, I should leave, too. I've got some bills to pay on my cattle.
If either of you tries to leave, I'll have you shot for desertion. Right about, march! Corral the horses and get the men started. How many do you make out?
About 200 and more coming along the ridge.
Well, don't worry. We've made these buildings practically impregnable to rifle fire. All we have to do is wait for our people to come through. Major, do you see anything?
Our wagons.
Are they here?
That's right, Major. They're being captured along with our dynamite and everything else. How impregnable do you think these buildings would be to that?
They wouldn't dare.
Why not? We would.
The Invasion of Johnson County will return in a moment.
Looks like they're building something out there.
I propose an attack under cover of darkness of 20 men on foot.
Against 200? Are you out of your mind?
I assure you the rustlers won't fight if they're boldly attacked.
Walcott, you're a lunatic.
And you're a damn mutineer.
Frank's right. An attack is out of the question.
We've got to get a telegram out to the governor.
We cut the line, remember?
Why don't the stupid rustlers get it fixed?
Because now they want it kept out.
Why don't we send a man out to Gillette, where the telegraph is working?
That's a 100-mile ride.
You have a better idea?
No, I guess I haven't. All right, but whoever you send, make sure he gets word to Wade Halsey to have those 2 trappers taken care of. They could be witnesses to what happened at the KC if we get out of this.
Well, what about the newspaper man? He could testify against us, too.
Why? He's one of us. He's been in on all of this from the beginning. If we're ever going to be tried, we'll all be tried together.
Well, not Lowell. He could claim he was an unarmed observer, and that would make him a first-class witness against us.
He wouldn't do that.
The hell he wouldn't. He can't afford to be on our side now, even if he wanted to be.
What are we gonna do?
Well, if we had any sense or leadership, we'd kill him.
Here? We can't do that here.
All right, he wanted to leave. Let's let him go. We'll have Wade take care of him, too.
Maybe you're right.
Major, I swear to you, if I don't pay these bills, I'll lose my cattle.
Then go, you sniveling coward. If you're too much of a yellow belly to fight, I don't want you here.
They're letting me go, along with Alan.
You don't let nobody ride out of here.
No, we're crawling out of here on our bellies. There's a ranch nearby. They say it's friendly. We can get some horses. For the last time, George, will you go along with us? I know I can talk Walcott into it. No. Why?
Could be a trap.
Possibly.
I came to see what I came to see, and I ain't seen it all yet. But you go, Sam. You get it to the public. Tell them everything, all of it.
I hope I see you again.
I'll catch up to you. That is, I'm still in one piece.
You're taking a big chance, aren't you, Mr. Allen?
Nobody knows me in Buffalo. Anyway, it's better than being back there. I curse the day that I got mixed up in this folly. What about you? You have Champion's diary. If they find it on you, they'll kill you.
I threw it away. But I copied it down first in Latin, of course.
You better pray that nobody in Buffalo can read Latin.
Amen.
Ye gods.
I'll ask you one more time. What's your name and what are you doing here?
But I told you my name is Carpenter. And I'm on my way to Burlington.
This man says he worked for you when your name was Richard Allen.
He's mistaken.
And according to this, Richard Allen is a member of the Wyoming Stock Growers Association. Resident Cheyenne. When Sheriff Angus gets back, he can decide whether you're Allen or Carpenter. Lock them both up, Clem.
Sheriff, both of us? I don't know this gentleman. We met by chance on my way into town. Do I know you, sir?
I don't know him.
You see, I was on my way to visit a friend, Major Fichet, Fort McKinney.
Oh? You a friend of Major Fichet?
Well, yes. We went to Harvard together.
Now, we'll see about that. Come on, lock him up. The ammo's getting low. Only enough for another day, if that.
How many more do you make out there now?
About 300.
If I had 30 more men, I could whip the whole damn bunch of them.
Sam, how good to see you again.
I can't tell you how glad I am to see you, Edmund.
What are you doing here? And what are you doing in jail?
Didn't you get my letter?
Your letter?
The letter I wrote you,
The letter you wrote.
telling you I was coming to see you.
Oh, that letter.
Yes.
Of course. Tell Sheriff Angus I was expecting Mr. Lowell and that I'll vouch for him completely.
Anything you say, Major.
I didn't think it was possible. The whole county's turned out against us. We made a terrible mistake.
Which mistake are you referring to, Major?
We didn't come in sufficient force. Next time, we will.
Major, I don't think you understand the situation. There ain't gonna be a next time. Once they start that thing moving, there ain't no way we can keep them from getting close enough to throw our own dynamite at us and blow every man of us to hell.
Will you stop telling me it's out of your jurisdiction? We're talking about the lives of over 50 people.
Sam, I'm going to say it one more time, then we're going to change the subject. First, we're not allowed to interfere with the civil authorities. Second, the Cattlemen's Association deserves whatever happens to them if they're stupid enough to resist arrest.
Edmund, the cattlemen think the people of Johnson County are resisting arrest. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but somewhere along the way, the Wyoming Cattle Growers Association slipped right off the edge. Now, are you hearing me? That is a band of lunatics holed up back there at the TA ranch, and someone has got to help them.
Sam, I've got it. You really had me worried there. I thought something dreadful happened to you, but I've got it now. Now, those men paid you a nice round figure to come up here and save their skins, right?
Well, why didn't I think of that? That's a marvelous idea. But I didn't. I'm pleading for them on principle, as hard as that may be for you to grasp. And I have a good friend that's trapped back there.
I'm sorry, Sam. But I'll let you talk to Colonel Van Horn. He'd have to make the decision anyway.
Well, why in the devil didn't you tell me that in the first place?
Because he'd tell you the same thing I did. Only louder.
You think so? Edmund, tell me everything there is to know about Colonel Van Horn, and I'll have him eating out of the palm of my hand.
No. Utterly and irrevocably, no.
I appreciate your position, sir, and I sympathize with it, but those men are about to be slaughtered to the last man.
All they have to do is surrender to the sheriff of this county.
They won't do it, sir. And they'll take a lot of Johnson County lives with them. Now, I put it to you, sir. How do you think it will look if those people are killed and the 6th Cavalry was standing by just 12 miles away?
It'll look bad. That's how it'll look. But interfering with civil authority without express orders would cost me my career. This is the United States Army, Mr. Lowell. You don't become a colonel by being a nincompoop.
And you don't become a general, Colonel, if you anger 2 United States senators. Senator Warren and Senator Kerry are both close personal friends of theirs. Senator Kerry's foreman was in charge of tearing down the telegraph lines.
You don't say.
And Governor Barber helped with the supplies.
You don't say.
I do, sir. And there is no time left, sir.
Well, if they aren't slaughtered, it's a bare-skin case of gross violation of an order. And nothing to mitigate the offense. I'd be court-martialed, cashiered out. On the other hand, if they are slaughtered, well, I'll just have to tell them that I refused to act in a civil matter without the proper authority, that I stood on principle.
Sir, in the words of Charles Adams Lowell, there are times when a man must rise above principle.
And who the devil is Charles Adams Lowell?
The Army? We have to fight the United States Army, too? Lord Almighty, we're done up for sure now.
Sheriff? Colonel? I direct you to call a ceasefire.
Ceasefire. Pass the word.
Thank you. I've come to protect and take into custody the men in the TA ranch and escort them back to Fort McKinney.
Those men committed 2 cold-blooded murders. We found a death list in one of their wagons with 70 of our names on it. They came up here to burn and kill and defy the law. It's up to me to arrest them. They're mine.
I appreciate how you feel, but I must prevent any further bloodshed.
Colonel, you can't take them away from us. It ain't legal. This here's a civil matter.
I repeat, I must prevent any further bloodshed.
On one condition.
Yes.
I have your word that afterwards they're to be turned over to the civil authorities for a trial.
I have no objection to that. Agreed?
Well, in that case, you can have them.
The invasion of Johnson County will return in a moment.
I'm Colonel Van Horn, commanding officer of the 6th Cavalry.
Major Wolcott.
I'm here to help assist in quelling this disturbance and prevent any further loss of life and destruction of property. Are you people willing to surrender quietly?
To the military, yes. But not to that man. Never.
Very well. Consider yourself and your men under military arrest. How many casualties have you?
None.
None? You?
None.
None? You both say none? Mr. Wolcott, kindly bring your men out and lay down your arms.
Well, Sam, are you satisfied?
As long as the colonel doesn't have me shot, yes.
All right, boys, everybody out. Hurry it up.
Hang him down, boys. Hang him down.
Weapons in the wagon, men. Hurry it along. All of them. Slow. I'm deeply in your debt. If we delayed our arrival here even as much as 10 minutes, that slaughter you predicted would certainly have occurred. But it didn't, thank God. A few seconds ago, I was wondering whether I should resign my commission now or wait for the axe to fall. But this was sent by the President of the United States. He orders me to do exactly what I have just done, and it was done on time.
I'm very happy about that, General. I mean, Colonel.
Mr. Lowell, I'm going to ask you another favor. This telegram brought me here, not you. Understood? That's the way you'll tell your story.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way, sir.
Mr. Wolcott, form up your men.
Mount up! Handsomely now, handsomely now.
I suggest you stay behind, Mr. Lowell. I don't want to put you into custody along with the other men.
Thank you, sir. Ed? Thanks for everything.
Good luck, Sam.
Forward! Ho!
George? George.
Sam?
Well, they've left. Let's get out of here.
Oh, no, not me.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm going to turn myself into Sheriff Angus.
You're going to, what?
What's the matter with you? That's what all this is about, wasn't it?
But it's over. They're in custody.
And how long do you think they're going to stay in custody without a witness against them?
They're going to kill you. And if they don't, the people of Buffalo will. I was there. They wanted to lynch me.
Not if I go in willingly.
What are you going to tell them?
Everything. How I was hired, what their plans were, what happened at the KC. I'll write it all down.
They could lynch you anyway.
Well, that's just a chance I'm going to have to take.
George, wait a minute. What do you say we make it a sporting proposition?
A sporting proposition? Did I hear you right?
Every ear of corn in this bin has between 11 and 15 rows of kernels on it. Now, some ears have an odd number of rows, some ears have an even number of rows, right?
Sam, you ain't leading up to offering me another bet, are you?
No. I'm looking for an omen.
Omen? Oh. Well, that's a good word. I used that once, remember?
Yes, I do. Now, what do you think the odds are of my taking 5 ears of corn out of this bin and all 5 ears having an even number of rows or having an odd number of rows? I mean, the odds are astronomical. It couldn't happen, right?
Go on, Sam.
Let me take 5 ears out of this bin, and let's say that all 5 will have an even number of rows. And if that happens, let's say that that's an omen that you shouldn't go to Buffalo. How does that sound?
Tell you how it sounds, Sam. Sounds like you already know an ear of corn always has an even number of rows on it. That's how it sounds.
You knew that, huh?
No. No. But I know you, Sam. I know you. But being as you didn't make it a bet, I don't guess I'm required to kill you.
You know, you haven't got a horse.
Well, I won't.
George, it's 12 miles.
12 miles, huh?
Yeah.
That close? Thanks anyway, Sam.
What are you gonna do?
File my story.
Not much of a story, was it? Full-out invasion, enough shots to kill off an entire regiment, and only 2 men killed.
Well, it's still quite a story. They'll love it in Boston.
Where are you gonna file it?
Oh, out of state someplace. I don't know. You're sure, George?
Yeah?
I wonder if I'll ever see you again.
I'll catch up to you. That is, if I'm still in one piece.